Transforming Collections is an interdisciplinary collaborative project led by a core team from the UAL, University of the Arts London, Decolonising Arts Institute and Creative Computing Institute, working closely with Tate as our main IRO, International Independent Research Organisation partner. The 9 co-investigators include UAL professors Sonia Boyce and Mick Grierson, as well as Tate colleagues from across research, learning and digital teams. In addition to Tate, we have 9 project partners and 9 collaborating organisations from, 4 collaborating organisations from across the UK, representing significant public collections of different scales, as well as major arts charities and key archives. Our partners are Arts Council Collection, British Council Collection, Liverpool Museums Trust, Manchester Art Gallery, Middlesbrough Institute of Modern Art, the Wellcome Collection, the Art Fund, the Contemporary Art Society and JISC Archives Hub. Our collaborating organisations are Art UK, Birmingham Museums Trust, Glasgow Museums and INIVA, Institute of International Visual Art. We also have an international project partner, the Van Abbe Museum in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, with whom we will be staging a conference around the end of year 1 of the project. In 1999, Stuart Hall posed the question, whose heritage? He called for the critical transformation, the unsettling and reimagining of heritage and nation. Over 20 years later, in the convergent local and global contexts of the ongoing pandemic and Black Lives Matter movement, our project departs from the premise that we cannot move towards a national collection without addressing the structural inequalities in the arts, acknowledging debates around contested heritage, and engaging the difficult and contentious histories imbued in objects. We're learning from the insights of the earlier AHRC Black Artists and Modernism project, led by Sonia Boyce, as well as the emerging findings of the Tate-led TaNC Foundation project, Provisional Semantics, and the current UKRI MIMIC project, led by Mick Grierson. MIMIC stands for Musically Intelligent Machines Interacting Creatively. We aim to address the following questions. How can we counter structural biases and decenter white Western narratives in our cultural collections? How can we surface suppressed histories, amplify marginalized voices, and reevaluate artists and artworks long ignored or sidelined by dominant narratives? How can we transform the architectures, relations, and algorithms of oppression, to quote Sophia Noble, that underpin collections and reproduce inequalities and erasures? How can we imagine a decentralized, distributed yet connected national collection that builds on and enriches existing knowledge with multiple and multivocal narratives? How can we reimagine art, nation and heritage through collections as part of a wider digital cultural record? Transforming Collections seeks to evolve an ethical, braided, decolonial, intersectional feminist approach, enfolding critical art historical and museological research with creative machine learning development and participatory design, as well as embedding artists' digital commissions as practice-led research interventions into collections. Ultimately, we approach the challenge of dissolving barriers as a problem of knowledge and power, not only a question of what becomes visible, legible, and accessible, but also how, by whom, and for whom. We aim to model and test ways of cross-searching collections through critical case studies that mobilize and test new and adaptable machine learning systems, to expose inbuilt inequities in collections data and surface patterns of bias that may in turn uncover hidden and unexpected connections, to reconnect, recontextualize, and reinterpret objects, including the work of artists of color, to open up new interpretative frames and potential narratives and histories of art, nation, and heritage, and to empower all, including those most marginalised, in discovering the sometimes uncomfortable stories that collections tell. Thank you.